We are live coming here with a brand new Stir the Pod podcast show. I'm your host, Trevor, and tonight we are joined by Andy. Andy, how are you doing tonight?
What up? What up?
And we're also joined by Alex. Alex, how are you doing tonight?
Yo, yo, yo.
And we are here. Vets, new threats. I guess, what is this? The finale already of Vets and New Threats. It's been a great season. Shortest season we've had in a while. I feel like I need this break now. I feel good. I feel good now. Season's over. I can take a 6-month hiatus. They're probably filming right now, and we don't have to be on a podcast again. So, Andy, how do you think the season was?
I thought the season was good. It was short and sweet. We were talking about seasons dragging on, and this one was, I think, 4 episodes, 5 if you count episode 0. So it was nice to get in and out. We saw some new faces. So yeah, I think we should probably at some point in time on this pod go over the Stir the Props, as obviously now it's over and we can talk about who won and lost. But yeah, it was fun. On to Fresh Meat 3.
Alex, thoughts on the season?
I'm just looking forward to the season recap show.
God, I know. It's one of my favorite podcasts of the year. I think we might do it next Wednesday. Run it back.
We'll get into that.
God. All right, all jokes aside, what was this? Episode 4? Episode 5? 4?
I think 4. Episode
4 recap. Obviously, the big domino, Johnny Bananas, going home tonight. It is what it is. I mean, it's kind of hard to win a game when everybody in the house is literally against you. I mean, the amount of real estate he has is unbelievable in people's heads. Like, it is insane.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I want to hear first from Alex, his brother, Andy.
Before I dive into my thoughts for this episode, I do want to rewind to last week, as I obviously was not here. LVP, hand up. You guys were talking about that daily. That daily looked like so much fun. Climbing up the rock wall and then jumping into the middle. That looked awesome.
God, it looked kind of scary.
It did look kind of scary.
No, what we said, and I when I'm picturing like Alex, you guys doing it at the same time, right? Alex jumps in, but he's stuck in the middle. And then when somebody else had to jump, yeah, like that's scary.
Like a
whoa.
Yeah, Andy.
Yeah.
What if it was? I'm picturing. You know what it would have been? It would have been Andy jumping in, him still under, and Anissa jumping in after. It would have been like that scene from Norbit.
When they're at the water park?
Yes.
Isn't it like an actual big explosion?
Bar, how you doing?
God. And I was on episode 0, Trev.
Yeah, hand up. That was my mistake. And I called that out in the pod. Relax.
Relax. Someone wasn't listening to my power rankings.
God, no. The power rankings, I got lost in the sauce on those power rankings.
I got lost in the sauce.
God, you were like, this person's a 4, but after seeing him, like, I gave him a -1, but maybe another +2, so 5. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Where are we getting these numbers?
Those rankings surprised me.
No.
Your rankings.
That was a month ago.
Okay. Going back to tonight. I don't know. I thought it was that season's over. Season's over.
As I always said, it is what it is. Alex, what do you got for us?
I just think so. I think in a vacuum, if we're not like considering the rest of the season and how kind of bad the past few weeks have been, I actually don't think tonight was terrible, just from a standpoint of anytime Bananas goes into elimination, it's noteworthy. And if he wins, it's noteworthy. If he loses, it is as well. And so like usually we'd have like, things to keep us entertained in an episode like this. But then in this season on 41, when you zoom out a little bit and you're like, first 3 episodes have been pretty fucking weak. Like, and now the biggest guy in the show, the face of the show, the challenge goes home. It kind of just, I don't know if I've ever, since we've been doing the pod, I don't know if I've ever had a feeling of like, where do we go from here?
Mm-hmm.
Go from here. And, so far through 4 episodes, really the one like game related storyline that we've had is Olivia versus Bananas and all the Brits versus Bananas. And like now he's gone. So it's like, what is the next storyline here? Like they've had mini ones kind of scattered throughout, like Naya and Gabe, but like the main sort of political divide has been Bananas on one side of it, and now he's gone. And so I truly don't know like where we're gonna go from here.
Yeah, I mean, this game now is just all over the place. And even the new partners, now we're having rookies together now. It's just like mumbo jumbo bullshit. Like it is unbelievable right now.
It's not even like it's not vets and new threats, because that's the whole concept, is a vet with a new threat, and now we have 2 new threats. It just makes no sense. They're just making this up as they go along.
God.
Go ahead.
One last thing, because Mikey the Doctor did ask where Gabe was in the power rankings, and Gabe was a 4, maybe 5. And that's really what it takes to beat the GOAT. So I was not surprised by that ranking, especially tonight.
Enough. I do want to bring up, and I hate to jump segments already, but I want to bring up a Stir the Prop that we should do the rest of the year in honor of Johnny. So episode 4, we're probably going to have at least 15 more episodes?
Yes.
At least.
Shoot me.
So, 5 through, we think 20, 21, 22? We'll play it safe at 15 more episodes, okay? Over under of times Johnny Banana's name is mentioned. If it happens, like next episode, I think we can all agree it's a guarantee. It's going to happen.
Should we say how many more episodes versus times?
Yeah. Like if it happens once during an episode, that chalk her up.
So out of 15, we'll say.
Yes, correct. How much?
Cops?
Yeah, sorry. Bananas.
I would say
5.5.
I would say 4 or 5.
Okay. 4.5. Maybe split the gap. Andy, what are you thinking? 4.5.
4.5 is good, because I'd be on the over. What would you guys be on?
I think I'm on the over too, but that's a lot.
I might be on the under.
All right.
Ooh,
so there it is.
4.5. All right. Which, I mean, we're guaranteed for at least one next episode. So,
yeah. And I just I feel like in other seasons, this would actually be like an interesting part of the season. I'm thinking back to I think X's 2 is on Pluto right now. I'm thinking back to X's 2. It was a huge thing when Bananas went home, like around this time, like episode 4 or 5. And that kind of created like a second wave of the season where it was like, who's going to kind of take his spot. And now you could say that who's going to take Banana's spot for this season, but it's still like, there's just still so much in the air, the partner switching. There's not another storyline established. Like, I just don't feel confident in whatever this next wave of the season is going to be.
Did Pluto spoil tonight's elimination? As I'm watching Pluto playback, I put it on probably around 9:30 as soon as the episode ended. Bananas lost to Nani and Leroy probably around 9:38 Eastern time. It was the episode he went home, but he went to the Redemption House.
So how could that spoil it?
Well, it's like you match up the episodes. I mean, are we
That's 10 years ago?
Are we positive there's no Redemption House?
Do you think they might have created a Redemption House just now? Like the first 3 episodes, they're like, all right, yeah, you guys are going home. And then Bananas goes home this early, and they're like, Johnny, you're not actually leaving yet. Yeah. And then they just say he beat everyone else, and they throw him back in right before the final.
God. And I hate to jump on Pluto playback, but verbal meme, I can get Alex to laugh here. The scene where Jordan's lifting up the puzzle and him screaming.
Stupid.
See, I told you, easy laugh there. All right, should we dive into tonight's episode?
Let's do it.
All right. So I only have like 4 messages I'm looking for in a row of this, my cheat sheet. Olivia versus Bananas. That's the big rivalry happening in the house. The sides are kind of divided. Are we surprised Olivia has this much pull?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Everyone's just like kissing her ass. It's so crazy to me.
Mhm.
Like, I can't remember a time like this where maybe like Jade Michelle's like dominance from a social perspective, but it's not like Olivia's done anything. Everyone just showed up and they're like, "Oh, Olivia's a vet, Theo's a vet. Olivia's like an American, Theo's a Brit, so he immediately gets all the Brits on his side and he's with Olivia, so now everyone wants to be a part of that alliance." And it's like, why? I just don't get it. It's absolutely mind-boggling. The only thing that I could think that makes me feel like all right with it is she is kind of dominating. So like you do want to be on the good side of someone who's like putting up numbers, but it kind of pisses me off.
No, I feel like it's almost like, God, Jordan's literally screaming right now. The little like tip of the cap, Jeter's nephew or whatever. Because I'm not liking Olivia at all, but she is playing a great game. But it's like I'm looking around the house and these vets are idiots. Like, how is he
Yes.
not just like calling this? Like, Bananas was the only one who called it out like 2 episodes ago and was like, you realize she is running the show, and that's fine. Like, vote me in, do whatever. But like, she's just going to do the same to you here in a couple days, like probably next week or whatever. Like, it just blows my mind how much power. And like, correct me if I'm wrong, like, she hasn't even finished the final yet. She literally, the only final she was in was when she like broke her nose, right?
Yeah. And then I think that started a chain reaction of a lot of different plastic surgeries.
Alex, thoughts on that?
Well, I to Andy's last point, I think we are. I think we are at 4 seasons, 4 hair colors.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that there's Michaela said it a couple times tonight. There's a lot of dumb people on this season, and if you have somebody like Olivia who's at least like socially smart enough to recognize that and kind of try to insert herself in that leadership role, like you're gonna have sheep that follow.
Mm-hmm. So moving on, let's talk about this kind of a little smirky scene, pool scene, Bananas, Turbo, CT. I mean, are we just filling time?
You think? Well, now it's like they almost should have had more random shots like that of Bananas on today's episode. It should have just been the Banana Show.
I kind of feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, besides obviously the second half of tonight's, in the second half really began like the 50-minute mark. I feel like besides the elimination, we really didn't get that much Bananas like in this episode.
We didn't?
I mean, I can always have more.
We didn't get enough Bananas.
I mean, he probably had the most confession, but I felt like it was very back heavy. Like the front, like, I mean, I guess the daily, like he just fucked up completely, which we'll get into. But like, I don't know. I just kind of felt like normally the foreshadowing. I mean, and let me go back. Sorry. The foreshadowing before the episode pisses me off to no degree. Oh, a vet is going to elimination. Like, why fucking say that? Fuck them.
I don't know.
Like, you might as well just make the title Bananas Goes Home. Like, I mean, come
Yes.
on. Like,
Bye Bananas.
Banana split.
That's a good one. It's so annoying. Should we just go to the daily?
Yeah.
Alex, you want to explain the daily? I don't think we've seen a puzzle yet this season, so like I know you're good at explaining it.
Yeah, and I think that's the first time you've used that joke.
I'm just like,
this Part of it gave me
not repeated jokes on this pod.
Part of it gave me War of the Worlds vibes with the containers, and basically they had to run a maze through all these containers and then solve a Sudoku puzzle. They cut the cast in half, 7 teams going each round. The first round, what were some of the highlights?
The first round, I thought the biggest highlight was we actually got a neck and neck finish with Jeremy and I think Olivia against CT and Adrian.
Adrian!
There it is. That was fun to see a little race to the finish line and getting kind of tripped up in the maze. That was a highlight. I can't think of any other highlights from the first heat. Well, aside from just De Niro and Pacino going back and forth.
I mean, come on. It was kind of. I mean, this daily sucked. I mean, what are we doing?
Okay, that was gonna be my question. Just maybe not necessarily the heat, but just overall thoughts on this daily. So you didn't like it?
Overall thoughts on Heat? Yeah, I love it. Great movie.
Not Heat.
While Trev collects his thoughts, I will address Mikey the Doctor's last comment. There's no question about X or pig roast. If you're comparing anything to the pig roast, Corey could finish his master's degree before Anissa's getting out of the pig roast. Like, let me be clear. She is dying on that pole. Period. I like the thought, but let's not discredit. We were just dealing with gravity. That's it. And now we've lost Trev.
Hand up, I didn't hate the daily.
I didn't hate it. I know Trev's usually a big puzzle guy, but
it's
enough.
It's whoa.
Sorry, it's a little hot in here, so.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my
What I missed?
So anyway, I kind of liked it, but it was something where I wish this was. I wish we didn't have 2 rounds of challengers. I wish it was just like the final 5 teams going at it at once.
You didn't like the 2 heats?
No, I didn't like the 2 rounds.
Okay. So, second heat, not to be confused with the book that just came out. What do we think about Banana's move at the end? Just swiping all of them down. Like, what is he doing?
I don't know. He must not have known like when they were going to time out because they didn't time out in the first heat.
Yeah.
Like nobody got timed out. And then in the second heat, there was like 3 groups that did.
I think De Niro timed out.
De Niro did time out. But, you know, Bananas just was not ready to. Actually, Bananas kind of was ready to leave everything in 30 seconds flat if he felt the heat around the corner. Unfortunately, that's not what you were supposed to do.
So I think the possibility of him not knowing exactly where they were at time-wise is a possibility. Do you think that potentially he also just like forgot? Because I don't know, as a viewer, as we were watching kind of the last couple minutes of the second heat, when Bananas was like, let's take it all out, my first instinct was like to agree with him. Like that, if I was doing it, I would want to remove it all as opposed to like trying to find the one mistake because I had forgotten that was kind of the tiebreaker. It was like the most wrong answers. And then immediately once it happened and they were like, oh yeah, that's actually how's last place is going to be determined. Then you knew Bananas was screwed.
I am just picturing like Bananas, like to everybody's point so far, like not knowing the time, and then Bananas just like, all right, guys, let's just restart, which is good strategy. He restarts, and then just like it's like the 90-minute whistle in a Premier League game. It's just like, just like as soon as he takes it all down, he's just like, wait, what?
Which could there be a little challenge conspiracy of wanting to get Bananas off? Because we didn't know what the time was for the first heat, and then the second he wipes his board clean, he's thrown in. And then when he's going into elimination, we'll get into it. It didn't really suit him.
Yeah, but the problem is, Andy, we do know what the time was at the first heat. It's 2 hours and 50 minutes. So, classic mix-up.
Good point.
So, this pod is terrible. As you can tell, we are just done with this show already. This is sad. It's sad.
So MVP, LVP.
Well, I think Pacino won the movie. All right, Alex, keep us on track. I mean, come on.
Oh, come on.
What'd you think about the winners? Who won, Ben? Ben Parker and Michelle?
Michaela.
Who? That's my radar watch. So yeah, Michelle, Ben, they pick up the dub. As Andy said in the first heat, close finish, but picked up the win. Anything else from the daily?
No, it was just your classic. I didn't like having the two heats just because I wanted to know who won. Like seeing CT and Adrian, seeing them race Olivia and Jeremy, like that was exciting. And it was like, oh, they won. And then it was, oh, never mind. We have to have a second heat, and then we have to rely on production to tell us who had the faster time because they're not going to tell us anything. That always grinds my gears.
Yeah. I agree. How big of a maze would it have to be to fit all these teams, though?
Big.
Double.
I mean, come on. You probably could have done like two boards in one now, like the little, I felt like it had it was basically a square space and you put one, because it's a different puzzle. I guess like you just buy more puzzles. I guess it wasn't in the intern budget.
Touche.
Yeah. So, all right, moving on. We said Bananas got last after his stupid move. Klurb. Worst Klurb of the year?
Terrible.
Hands down.
Did anything happen? And I did my little pee break at that time. What did I miss with Leo? What did Leo say? Didn't you tweet, Alex, and say something?
What did yes. I can't even remember at this point.
Yeah, it was something like,
oh, he was just I think he was just dogging on Bananas.
Interesting.
It was so just boring. And the only thing that happened was like Michaela was trying to like play the game a little bit and strategize, and then after the Klurb, she goes to bed and says, "Yeah, your call. I'm not going to get my hands dirty." So then it even more made the entire Klurb completely pointless.
Yeah, it really the like it was just a celebration of all the Brits, just celebrating that Bananas was going in. Like there was no drama, there was no fights, there was nothing entertaining at all.
Which again, I don't understand why they're all celebrating. They're just next on the cut list. So
they're idiots.
I don't know.
Let me ask you guys one thing before we get to the deliberation, which I think was also weak. But it's kind of tied to the deliberation and the daily. So Banana said in one of his confessionals that this was the first time in 25 seasons that like he went into elimination because of like his performance on a daily. Did that kind of surprise you?
So finishing
Is that real?
last- Yeah, is that a real stat?
I mean, I was thinking about it. That's a good question. Is it real? I was thinking about it as he was saying that. I couldn't think of anything off the top of my head because I feel like most of the times when he's going in,
He's
it's
voted.
people targeting him.
What about EP1 of his career? Was he voted in?
No,
I,
that was the dodgeball picking when like one
Mhm.
person's left and he was the last person left.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like he got up last or anything.
Gotcha.
and the thing is, like, that would be something that would be almost like impossible to Google or like to look up. So I think we would just have to call on our challenge Google, our challenge AI, if you will.
Beep, boop,
I
bop.
think Dabu was actually in the chat at some point in time tonight. Yeah. So Dabu, if you're still hanging out there, let us know. I think that's the only way we can get an answer.
And we'll get Chat GBT in there. I'm thinking like War of the Worlds 1 and 2 he was voted in. Like I don't think there's been really a time where like he went into elimination because of like his performance in getting last or anything. I just can't recall off the top of my head anything.
That's crazy.
He's the GOAT.
He is the GOAT.
So then one more question as we kind of get into the voting. Were you guys surprised, mad, disappointed, or anything? Just in terms of the fact that like in this section of the episode, Bananas did we didn't see any virtually no politicking, campaigning. He did nothing, and like I thought maybe, and you saw him like I think he was just over it. You know, you reach a certain point. He's 43. He's just done too many of these. He was just like, I'm just going to let the cards fall where they may. But I was kind of hoping that he'd be like, you know what? I'm hoping that really he would have to convince Ben and Michaela to like vote somebody to get enough votes. And so I was kind of disappointed he wasn't like, hey, can you vote in that little cheerleader guy or somebody else and like try to like get the Nanis, Leroy's of the world to like get enough numbers. He did not try that in the slightest. Were you guys kind of surprised by that?
A little. To your point, you kind of knew what was happening. Like it was just kind of like the writing on the wall. Like what is there to do? He's gone through the wars. His first heat was when he was 13 years old. His first challenge heat was when he was 21 years old. Like it just was like nonstop. Like, what about you, Andy?
What?
I'm
Your
kind
thoughts?
of speechless. I don't know. It just pissed me off. I think he realized that like everyone, and I think he even said the term like kissing the ring to Olivia. Like that's how it was, and she didn't even win. It's just, I think he's as pissed off with how the house is treating Olivia as I personally am. And he's just like, I'm not going to persuade these idiots because they think they're best friends with her. When in reality, she will stab her legitimate best friend in the back to get what she wants, like she did with Nerys.
Were you guys kind of like wishing that he put up more of a fight? Because I was.
Not really. I just don't see there was a reason. Like,
well, so let me ask you this:
want a grenade? Did you just want him to go crazy, kind of thing?
I guess from a smirk perspective, but I just wanted him to do something, and I think it also like for him to convince Ben and Michaela, I don't think it would have been super hard to do because Michaela said it at one point. She was like, "This kind of just feels like a waste of power," because everybody was just kind of agreeing that it was Gabe, and so I feel like the four of those people, or I guess Bananas and the two winners, could have gotten together and like kind of talked about a possibility, and I just like wish he had done something.
But what does he come to them with the plan of? Because he doesn't have votes on his side. Even like the CTs, like maybe Leroy, but like CT, Kara, like Anissa, Nani, like those vets aren't like saying, we'll do what you want to do. So he would go to them saying, hey, I'll have Leroy and my buddy Derek, who has this podcast. They're going to vote for whoever you want to vote in. Like, he doesn't have much ammo in the barrel.
I guess that's I agree, but I wish he would have used any ammo that he did have. It just didn't seem like he tried at all. And I mean, there was a moment, I can't remember if it was last week or 2 weeks ago, where Michaela is clearly not on the Brit side. She's kind of in the vet alliance. So like if there was a vet that could be in charge, that could like kind of be on Banana's side, I think like she was a good person to play that part. And then you could also spin some sort of angle of like trying to get like Gabe's kind of allies and being like, if we vote in Justin, let's say as a nomination, like talk to Gabe's friend, since Gabe doesn't have a vote, about like, hey, if you guys vote for Justin, then that saves Gabe, like something like that. Because Gabe kind of was also the other part of this where he was just kind of, letting himself go into it and not really doing anything. And so I just feel like there was and it makes for a boring episode the way it played out. And so I just wish something else would have happened.
Well, the tough part is, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think once he took the numbers off the board, he was like, I'm fucked.
Yeah. And that's what I said in the beginning. I just feel like what's there to do at that point than just piss more people off? And you think, Alex, you just wanted the great TV and him just go, if there was another top dog, if it was like a Wes instead of Olivia, I would have voted in Wes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't vote in Olivia because it's not a guy versus girl elimination. It's guy. Like, I think the elimination or throwing in Derek, like, I understand you're playing it safe, but why not throw in, like, honestly, like, why not throw in a Leroy and see what happens?
But that's, yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Because then it makes people think, oh, have the friends go against each other. And I think it still would have gone Gabe. I'm not saying it wouldn't, but just maybe not to, piss Leroy off, I guess. Oh, you still want him as an ally. Derek will just be, he'll be all buddy and completely fine with it or whatever as a burn vote or whatever. But
the problem is, aside from Bananas not having numbers on his side, Gabe was pretty much like, yeah, I'm going in.
Yeah.
Like, even before the vote. So then if you think about everyone who's voting, it's like, do we want to ruffle any feathers or do we just want to vote in the guy who's essentially nominating himself?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
That's tough it's almost impossible to get out of.
Yeah. Yeah. And Mikey, I'm just saying Leroy, obviously he's not a threat, but like friend versus friend, like there's a different dynamic when that's happening than like, who do you think the best guy in the house is right now? Honestly, I'll be the first to say Theo has looked terrible this season.
Yeah.
And I had him so far up my PR. It's sad. And I like Theo.
There's a case for Jeremy, especially the way that this format is, where Jeremy's not just on X team and he has a target on his back. These vet girls can be partners with him. So they want to keep him along because they want to be partners with him. So, like, I don't think he has any target on his back, which if you rewind the clocks to episode 0, it was Jeremy dominated the race and he's in such great shape. Like, he has this big target on his back, and then now he just doesn't at all.
Mm-hmm. Alex, who do you think the best guy in the house is?
Could it be Gabe?
Who?
To be the best, you got to beat the best.
I mean, Gabe low-key surprised me tonight. He looked big, fast. I mean,
yeah.
Chris Ballard got a phone call or something. Like,
he was a 4, maybe 5.
Oh, come on. Oh, no. God. Mikey the doctor says Cedric Diggory. I mean,
no chance.
He would have gotten bodied tonight.
Cedric also did terrible on the puzzle.
God.
Jeremy was in second.
Honestly, and I hate to throw him out there too. Turbo?
I don't hate Turbo.
Has Turbo done one of the biggest 180s? Like, I feel like he hasn't done anything crazy yet, but he's played it very, maybe a radar watch. I don't want to spoil it, but like he's played a pretty low key game for Turbo.
He has, and it's been fun to watch. I can't wait to see it turn back though.
God,
we know it's going to happen.
Yeah, is there like a clip that they showed us that we're anticipating of him maybe talking to another like champ, calling him fat, old, or something? I don't know.
We'll get into that.
Speaking of fat and old, CT looks terrible.
And so does Anissa.
Enough.
But CT won until he only won the first heat, much like Pacino. But then the second heat, it lost it for him.
God, I haven't read.
Give me all you got.
Speaking of Olivia, she's got a great ass. Alex, I think you're up with not the next quote.
And you got your head all the way up it.
There it is. Oh, about time.
All right, should we get to elimination? I don't think there's anything else from the episode.
Yeah, give me all you got here. Elimination.
All right, so elimination, it's established. I mean, it's established very early on. It's Bananas against Gabe, and it's basically this elimination where there's like a wall and there's ropes, and it's one of those things where it's offense, defense. You can't basically see where the other person's going, and there's like some strategy, some strength, endurance. Overall, just like what the elimination was, I kind of liked it. I like when you can combine a lot of those different things into one. I also like when you have blind eliminations like this, not the ones where they do every now and then where they like literally put a blindfold on you and like kick a soccer ball around, but ones like this where like you can't exactly see the other side of the board, but like each person has like eyesight and can see what they're doing. So I like that. And I don't know. I wish it was maybe like a best of 3 with like shorter rounds or something like that. But overall, I liked what this elimination was.
I would agree. I think it just kind of sucked because it was like the size difference was just, I think it was like 11 minutes to like 2 minutes or something in time. So it wasn't even really close or anything like that. But overall, I agree. I enjoyed it. And I think my favorite thing about this elimination wasn't even with the two people doing it. And I don't know if they told the cast this, that we've always said was a huge problem with eliminations. Did you notice how the cast weren't allowed to say anything?
Yeah.
They told them they weren't allowed to.
And that's like one of the first times that I've seen production do it. I know they've heard it from this podcast a million times, so I applaud them for that. Like, there's nothing better than, if you're yelling, closest to me, middle, farthest, whatever. Like, I'm glad they did that.
Yeah. And it didn't take away from it. Like, it's not like it was less entertaining to watch. In my opinion, it was way more entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that they did that because, like, in theory, you literally could, like, tell them exactly where they were going? But I feel like we've seen other eliminations where, like, they've done a similar thing. Do you think it was partly because Bananas was in there? Like, I just wish this was a permanent rule. Like, I hate when this ever happens.
So make it permanent. Like, it's like the easiest thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, does anyone remember when D was in the sand doing the order of the challenge seasons and Wes was literally just telling her answer by answer by answer? It was so dumb.
Stupid.
Yeah. So, like, at least they edited that well.
All right. I have a kind of tactical question about the elimination. There was some sort of like clip that the offensive player had that they had to like clip themselves to a rope, right? Mm-hmm. Was there like rules in terms of like, you can't pull the rope and make it look like you're going for it until you're actually clipped to it? Or if, like, let's say I'm on offense and I like try running and like the Gabe pulls me back, do I have to like, how do I unclip myself to like keep going? They didn't seem like they stopped the clock at all.
The clipping seemed very wishy-washy-y. It was very confusing. But it seemed like Bananas, even when he was running, was just holding it. He didn't actually like clip it.
As
So
soon as he got pulled, he let go, and he was just like, all right.
the rules of everything were very más o menos. The only good rule was everyone shut up. That was the highlight of this elimination.
Well, what I didn't understand, like, and it happened, you saw it more with Bananas in the Heat number 1, was when he was once you're down to just one rope left, you know which one they have to go into. So why weren't they
Not really.
Explain.
Not entirely. Like I think in Heat 2, Bananas knew that Gabe was already done because he sprinted to it, got him, and he was like, all right, that's it. But in Bananas' offensive heat, it was hard to determine how far up he was if you're in Gabe's shoes.
No,
so I don't think Gabe knew, or in theory, either of them knew when the coin was in the bucket, which I think is another reason why they weren't allowed to talk. Because aside from saying like furthest or far right, like they could say the middle one is over. The coin's in the middle. I think that was one of the biggest ones.
Gotcha. No, that makes 100%.
Yeah, and I think there was like, it looked like there was 4 ropes, but only 3 tokens. So I think even if you knew that the person's only thing was in the middle, which they didn't, you could go to either rope and kind of alternate and kind of like keep the defense on edge to some degree.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So, if we're talking kind of Bananas' performance on this, like, obviously, we talked about from the start, it sucks to see him go home. I mean, he put up a hell of an effort, just like in terms of like going back and forth. You could see he was just dying on there. He wasn't going to give up. I don't know, when he was on offense, it seemed like he did decent, and just in terms of like the size matchup that he was up against. And then it's like they switch sides and Gabe finishes in 2 minutes, and you're like, wow, it wasn't even close. But like Bananas put up a hell of a fight, I thought.
We always talk about Jordan being the GOAT. Would Jordan have any? I'm just throwing it out there. Did Jordan even have a chance in this one?
He always has a chance.
Yeah.
Against Gabe, you think he would have won?
He had a chance.
He had a chance.
What's his chance? Give me a percentage.
I honestly thought about that during the second heat. I think he had a better chance than Bananas.
Jordan.
Because Bananas quit. Jordan never fucking quits. Jordan would have wrapped that rope around his arm and literally had to been pulled through the wall. That's my thought process of like Bananas versus Jordan here.
Yeah, and I think just in terms of like current day, Bananas is 43. Jordan is still in incredible shape. Like, I think that plays a factor. And I feel like Bananas is an incredible, like, strategic player. So is Jordan, especially in stuff like this where, like, he has one hand. Like, he has to kind of think of different ways. Yeah. And I think Jordan somehow, I was thinking about this watching it tonight. I don't know exactly how you do this, but I think Jordan would somehow figure out a way to implement strategy from a defensive side. Because most of the time, like in this, it's strategy from like offense. You're kind of pulling the ropes. I think Jordan would have figured out a way to like kind of play offense from the defensive side and actually like implement some strategy from that standpoint.
I was thinking about this, and I don't think it would have worked because the matchup was too big. But if you're Bananas, why not? And I'm thinking of like, the elimination where it was, I want to say it was Kara versus Naya in the sand where the rope, they're like attached to you.
Yeah.
Like I said, this would not have worked tonight. But if Bananas knows like he has no chance, why not just sit on the middle one? So let him automatically get 1 and 3, but get in position and kind of like wrap yourself around and see if you can survive. Kind of similar to like the Naya, and where you're like digging yourself into the sand and you're just like holding yourself for 10 minutes or whatever time that is. So you're losing the first 2 in like 20 seconds or whatever it is, but you're going all in for just the middle one.
Yeah.
I don't hate that.
I
Don't
think
know
that'd
if
be
it
the
will.
only way he would have won tonight.
So, just a thought. All right. Is that it? Bananas goes home, and then we get our new partners, which, who's Corey's partner? Who
So
knows?
we have the first threat team. Gabe and,
TT.
it's Gabe and Lika, right?
Yes.
Which, I mean, so that means they have two more threats than vets at this point.
Mhm.
And so yeah, they're just breaking their own rules. I thought towards the end of the very, very end of the episode, they picked all their teams and they kind of did that classic, like, things get quiet, they cut to TJ, and I thought for a second, because I didn't realize that there was two threats, I thought for a second he was going to say something like, these are your teams for the rest of the road, or like there's going to be a double elimination next week or something like that. And then all he says is like, oh, we have two threats together. It's like, all right, it's fine. Can we speed this up a little, Teach? What are we doing?
Yeah. We're just screwed. We called this out from the first episode. We're screwed, and now the Banana Man is gone. Buckle up.
Who would be the next? If somebody else were to get, like Olivia, if Olivia went home next episode, would this be like the worst season ever? Or would that be even better now? Like, who would be that person?
Did anyone watch the preview?
No,
Yes.
I don't watch previews.
I forget it already.
So do you want me to discuss?
Spoilers? No.
It's not spoilers. It's just dissecting a preview.
What? Fine, just say.
Oh, with like somebody got hurt or something.
Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me?
Do you want me to elaborate more or no?
Is it just somebody got hurt?
How much do you want me to? Do you want me to just tell you?
Did they say, "Oh, Anissa's going home because she rolled her ankle"?
No. All right, I'm just gonna tell you. If you want to earmuff it, earmuff it.
All right,
But they said somebody is like has to go home, is hurt, something. It shows somebody sitting on the ground in the sand, and they show it from the back, but it's a white chick with dark hair.
Okay. Too much.
Okay, so then I'll stop there. So
God.
there's more to elaborate. I'm not going to say anything, but yes, I would say personally, though, if Olivia were to be gone next episode, I think it makes it more entertaining for me personally.
I kind of agree with that. I'm kind of thinking, though, of what the answer to Trev's original question would be then.
Thank you.
What was the question?
God.
Of like what cast member, if they went home next week, would be like the worst case scenario in terms of like a juice entertainment factor. Because I mean, Bananas was carrying so much of that weight. I'm really struggling. I mean,
I'm kind of thinking maybe Turbo. Turbo's made me laugh the most of anyone this season. He was taking notes about the difference between suns out, buns out, skies out, thighs out, and then something.
Mikey the doctor makes a good point. You'll find out before the EP even starts with the preview.
True.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know. Good question. The problem is no one's really got that much juice.
It's kind of unanswerable questions.
Which the problem is, like, that's what, in my opinion, fresh meat is about. It's not about just focused on one person. It's about everyone else. But if we were to have 4 episodes with the OG teams, and they've been teams this whole way through, and Bananas goes home, like, some team would have developed into a powerhouse, and other teams like would have formed alliances. Like, that's where you get the juice from. But when you have individual formats like this, and the only person with juice is gone, then it's like, what are we doing? Oh, I can't wait to see what Leo's gonna do next week.
Well, I don't know. I'm looking at the cast list right now. Who is? I mean, obviously Olivia's running the show, but who is the face of the show right now?
It has to be Olivia.
But take her away. Take her away.
Yeah, then you got nothing.
Like, it's bad.
Even like Kara, who for the last like, I don't know, 5-ish years, they've been trying to mold as the face of the challenge. She's on this season.
People do forget that.
So do we just want to segue that into Radar Watch? Because we're already this pod should have been 10 minutes. Season's over. See you guys at the award show.
Get my suit on now. Yeah, let's just go right into Radar Watch. Andy, we'll start with you then for Radar Watch. Who you got?
I'm gonna go Kara.
It's so stupid.
I honestly hadn't even thought about who my Radar Watch was gonna be, but like Kara's on this show. We're talking about people with juice. Kara was like, you rewind the clocks to 3 years ago, Kara was one of the faces of the challenge. And now it's like she's not even on this season. What are you doing?
Alex, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Tay.
Who?
I feel like
Who?
she
What
had
are
a
you,
moment a couple weeks ago where she won an elimination, I think, and she just has been invisible since then. So I'm just gonna say Tay.
Good pick.
I want to go Vet because I feel like rookies.
Yeah,
kind
the
of
rookie's
like,
just a cop-out answer.
you know who
It's a
hasn't
good
really
pick.
been, and I think this person has just been like, she's had like 1 or 2 confessionals. I think she is just too busy smoking a pack of cigs a day.
Yep.
I'm going Nani. I feel like another person that has been on how many seasons and like, where is she? So
And why are we not getting like shots of her and Jake and her and Will at the club? We all know that's happening, right?
Her and Izzy. Who knows?
Exactly.
God, Izzy's kind of bad. All right.
God.
MVP, LVP time. You guys know what to do. First order that we get will be the MVP, LVP for tonight. I am going to guess it is going to go Alex, Trev, Andy. That is my guess. But we'll see.
I love when you do the order guess.
They've already, I mean, it's like a 25-second delay. I flipped the old Trevor and Alex.
You're close.
God, I was so close. All right, MVP for me tonight. Tough. I hate having the first pick. You know, I feel like this is going to be a cop-out answer. But my MVP tonight's going to be Gabe.
Damn it.
You know,
That's a good pick.
He was in a terrible spot, didn't even do the daily. He's going against a 7-time champion, and he got the win. Like, you can't be – and I think most importantly, the house now sees him as a threat to this game. And, like, I do not want to go to an elimination against him. He's big. Jesus Christ. He's big. He's fast. Join the Indianapolis Colts because we need him.
Yeah, I don't think that's cop out E. I think that's just a good pick E. And I
actually think it was the only pick.
Yeah, I think he just kind of flipped the script in terms of how people view him. And I do think he doesn't seem like the, sharpest tool in the shed, but he seems like he's kind of been humbled by the whole Naya situation. All right. Am I up for MVP now?
I think I'm up.
Yeah, Andy, go ahead.
No, I'm up.
Oh, no, Alex is up.
Yeah, Gabe, I think, was really the only direction I was going to go. But instead, I'm going to go with another rookie male. I'm just going to go with Ben.
Who? Ben
kind of makes me smirk. I don't quite know why. He had that moment before the daily when he was by the pool with CT, and he's, I have a lot to learn from this guy. And I just think he's, they made the reference to him being a play-by-play guy or broadcaster, whatever he is, several times already. and you can kind of just tell that he's just very he observes a lot of things. Like he can kind of like read people pretty well. He kind of sees the situation, and obviously he wins the daily. So I'm just gonna go with Ben because he's just kind of smirky growing up.
You know what's going to be incredible about that pick is we're going to look back when we look at the MVP LVPs in like maybe a year when we do that classic. Hey, let's go through the list. And Ben's going to have only one MVP vote, and we are all going to look at each other and be like, Ben, who? Like it's literally going to be that moment, which is going to be awesome.
That's a great call.
Andy, go ahead.
And a good pick. I mean, you guys took the 2 picks. That was it. So I'm gonna have to go a little off the reservation here. I'm gonna go with D. Because now that Bananas is gone, she's no longer tied to Bananas. And D was a 4, maybe 5 on the power rankings. She's good. She's strong. She's smart. I think she finished 3rd in her heat.
3?
Top 3.
Uh-oh.
So she's like Val Kilmer. Still not a bad place to be. But she's good. And now she's not going to be constantly tied to the Banana Man. And now she can kind of play her own game, which I think is going to benefit her based on how this season's gone so far.
That's a good pick. It's a sneaky pick.
Yeah. But I like your reasoning because I do agree with that. How D now the pressure's kind of off of her, like
Correct.
completely. So good pick.
It sucks she's no longer gonna get the banana from the banana, but what can you do?
Yes, something tells me she'll find another banana.
All right, LVP Andy, who you got?
My LVP is going to be Ben. Turtleneck cutoff T-shirt that he was wearing at the bar. Did you guys see that?
That's a great pick.
My jaw was on the floor.
What was that?
He showed up like with like a blazer on, and it was like, okay, this is a normal outfit. And then he got his first conversation, and it was like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah,
that was incredible.
Because I think I remember that too, because the first time you kind of saw him in like a group shot, I want to say, and you could kind of see that like his outfit kind of in the neck, shoulders area looked a little weird, but you couldn't tell if it was maybe like the angle or if he had like a jacket over or something that maybe like it wasn't really like his actual shirt, whatever the fuck it was. And then the next time they show him at the table and he just looks like ammo almost. Like it just is a total 180.
And then they kept showing him every time. It got me every single time it would cut to him. It was unbelievable.
So wait, so what's the pick called?
Ben's shirt. Ben's shirt. Ben's, I mean, turtleneck cutoff. No, Ben's shirt. Ben's shirt.
I kind of like turtleneck cutoff.
Ben's sleeveless turtleneck.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
That's a good pick.
What do you got, Alex?
My LVP is going to be the viewers. I hate to go that direction. I hate to go there this early. I don't know if I've ever given viewers a pick, but I know as a pod we have. I feel like these past 4 weeks have been pretty weak, and I just don't know how they get a whole lot better from here. I'm always going to remain optimistic. I hope episode 5 is better than the past few weeks. I think there's a chance it can be. There's still some chance, but the way I'm thinking about it right now is that like look at that outfit. It's like he lost a bet. can't understand.
Incredible.
But the way I'm thinking about it right now is like this kind of sense of like, oh, can we just get this over with? Where are we going? Blah, blah, blah. I feel like we get that at episode 15. We're at episode 4. I feel like episode 4 is still pretty, excitement-y on most seasons, and I'm not feeling that. So I'm just going to say, again, holding out hope, but LVP is going to be viewers.
Sounded like a clown.
This?
What's that?
It's like squeaking the clown's nose. Felt like I was watching Big Fat Liar again.
Marty Wolf.
Somebody called Marty Wolf Productions because we got a Big Fat Liar. All right. LVP to, my LVP tonight is kind of going the same route as Alex, but on a bigger scale. So my LVP is Wish I Had Been Practicing, which is the title of tonight's episode. And this is going to be, I believe, this is the day, if we want to label it as the title, if we want to label it as August 20th, 2025, this is the day the challenge died. This episode is the reason the challenge died. How Bananas went out this early, what's going to transpire over the next couple weeks. We will not have a season. We will not go past season 45. You can quote me on that right now. Shit like this is the reason the show will stop. It's so sad. It's so depressing. But tonight this is the lowest of lows. This is the dagger. Fuck this episode. We've been in lower moments, but tonight was the nail in the coffin. The end.
I don't hate that pick.
So what exactly is the pick?
The episode title, which is Wish I'd Been Practicing. This will go down as D-Day. This will go down as some other balloon fest, some tragic events. This is the day that we lost the challenge completely.
Wow.
I ain't mad at that, but I am sad at that.
It is sad. It is very sad. And that's the thing. I grew up loving the show. I've literally watched an entire season in one day with blankets all over the place. Alex can contest to walking in and seeing the quagmire scene of just chaos.
It's incredible.
I just think, I don't know, like, I don't know if the challenge can come back from tonight's episode. I really don't. Like, I don't think they have a name carrying this program. I think views are going to, Bananas can joke around and say, I am the challenge. I am all this. I am all that. When numbers start to go down next week, don't be surprised. That's all I'm saying. And I know it happens every season, mid-year, whatever, but really see how far it tanks. So. Sad.
It's a great pick.
Yeah, it's a sad pick, but I think it plays.
Yeah. I feel like I'm like Robert De Niro getting shot in the final scene of Heat right now.
Spoilers.
God,
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but the movie's 30 years old.
I mean, should we have all just worn black? The Death of Challenge?
Maybe next week. I know we're all in next week, so like we should all wear black.
I'm getting irrationally pissed at Tsunami's comment, telling me to just lower my expectations. My expectations for tonight's episode were very, 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 very low. I wanted something that was mildly entertaining, mildly fun to talk about on the podcast, and we got nothing. Like we're in season 41. Like, we haven't had a truly Hall of Fame season in a long, long time. So that's not where our expectations are. Like, we just want something. And tonight and the whole season has just been terrible.
It is, and it's sad. It's like, I want drama. I want more. Like, I think I was listening to a podcast the other day where one of Andy's picks were like, give the what ifs, like, or how to make the challenge better or something like that. And Andy's pick was give more alcohol to contestants and stuff like that. Like, you need to spice it up more. Like, this shit is like, you have to make it as like Love Island-y now and like feed them the alcohol, feed them all the shit. And like, it's terrible. I don't want to sit here and watch rookies cry all day. If I want to do that, I'll just go babysit George at Alex's place. So like, it is just unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, anything about lower your expectations respectfully is bullshit. This show's been on for 40 seasons. If a show can make it 40 seasons, it should be pretty damn good. This is terrible, and we've been going on 10 seasons straight of absolute garbage.
Let me go right back at Tommy here, too. Just lower your expectations to Alex. Coming from the guy who's, I believe, his fourth comment, let me go back and see. I believe he said he didn't even watch this episode tonight.
Oh, my God. You're right.
Where was it? I got to find it.
I missed the episode, but it really couldn't have been that bad. Lower your expectations, ? This is the show we love.
I'm sorry.
Used to love.
I'm sorry I want an A every time. Sue me. Like,
it's kind of like we've always loved the challenge, but has the challenge ever loved us back?
Come on. I mean, we're here every Wednesday. I'm missing the Mariners are in town right now, and I'm missing the game. Like,
all right.
It's not going to be what it used to be. Why not? Why is that?
Why not?
Excuse? Why is that an excuse? Just take it for what it is. So if my team is 6-6 in college football, I should just take it how it is. Oh, we're 6-6. I'm happy. Good year. Pat on the back, guys. That's what I'm seeing production do. They're pissing out a 4-8 season every year from now on, and we should be happy about it. You are literally Chris Ballard with the fucking Colts, and you want like a pat on the back for the job that production has done. Like, that shit pisses me off. You should be shooting for the playoffs every season. We haven't hit the playoffs in 10 fucking seasons.
I think at what point in time do we start boycotting the challenge?
Nah, I don't know.
I'm not necessarily saying we should. I'm just asking the question.
So let me go this route with you. Bring me on and I'll explain. Watch the episode and then we'll talk. We all know we boycott the Colts now. I know Andy and I are big on the Pacers. Not sure about Alex. Who would be the equivalent of that? If the challenge is the Colts right now, who would be the Pacers?
Love Island? I don't know.
Is this about to be a Love Island? Isn't that show? And I've never seen an episode.
I've never seen a single episode.
But isn't there episodes like every day? Like, I think it's like 40 straight days. Could you imagine a podcast for 40 straight days?
Well, that's the thing. They pump out episodes every day and people love them because they make good, entertaining stuff. Like, instead, we're watching Anissa, who's 45 years old, probably like described as obese, trying to run through a fucking maze and be entertaining. She's not drinking. She's not causing drama. She's not competing. She's not doing a damn thing. And not to just focus on her, but that's half the cast. Kara's not doing anything because guess what? She's like 40. Aviv has like 3 kids. She's missing like 4 soccer games for her 8-year-old. Like, that's the people we're watching on our TV.
Tommy, DM us. Send us your pod. I'll listen. Full review next week. There will be a little Tommy's Little podcast. Short.
We are in a few weeks probably. We are
live.
I don't hate the idea of a tsunami collab. Just going for it because we're gonna have to do something to fucking spice up this season.
If we're bringing on Tsunami, we're bringing the real Tsunami. We're bringing him. We're bringing Mikey. We're bringing Ryan McCord. We're bringing Dabu. We're bringing everybody. Like, I want this to be like an
Mitos.
Mitos is gone. We've lost him. I want like an 8-man pod. I want it to be us screaming at each other, and you don't even understand it.
I hate to say this, but was Mitos just early to the game of just not giving a shit about this show?
God. Plot twist. Tsunami is Mitos.
We'll cut that.
God. Yeah, I don't know. Who's Adam Meadows? Meadows? All right. Are we done?
All right.
Wrap this shit up. We've just spent, and that's the thing. A 90-minute episode. We're at an hour and 10 plus minutes right now. We're spending 3 hours a night doing this fucking shit.
And then Tsunami TT comes on here and tells us to lower our expectations. Unbelievable.
God, I am so delusional with this show right now. I don't know. I mean, the expectation for the season was so good. I was so pumped. And it as soon as we said partner change, it was so far down. God. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to drive to BME headquarters, drive under the bridge with some hockey masks and knock some sense into them. I don't know.
I think we can do that, Slick.
Come on. God. Well, that word. I think he got shot. All right. On that note, thank you guys for listening to a brand new Stir the Pod podcast show. I've been your host, Trevor. You can follow us on Twitter at Stir the Pod. You can follow us on Instagram at Stir_the_pod. Thank you guys. Love you guys.